Today I'm going to show you how to create a comic strip using writecomics.com, and then I'm going to show you how to take that comic and put it on this assignment about creating a comic conflict. Okay, so you're going to come down here. You can follow any of these links to the website. Just click on it, and here you are. The website looks like this. This is really fun and really easy. What you do is you come up here and you have your first comic square. Now the requirement for the assignment is that you need at least 4 of these. So I'm going to show you how to do 2 to keep the video short, but you'll get the idea of how to keep building it. So the first thing you need is you're going to need a background. And when I made my comic, I came through. There are lots and lots of backgrounds here, right? You can choose any of these. There's a school locker. There's a hill. There's all sorts of crazy stuff on here. That's what I really like about this website is you have a lot of choice. So where's my camping background? There it is. All you do is click it once, and then you can see it shows up right there. Now let's put our characters in. And again, there's quite a good number of choices. I want you to notice that besides all these people on here, there's also props you can choose. And there's aliens you can choose if you want to do alien conflict. And there are all sorts of animals you can pick. Okay? So, feel free to explore all these different things that you can. So I'm going to go back to people, though. And let me find those 2 people. So here's the one guy I used. I want you to also notice that there are the same person. There's 2 of each person facing the different direction. So here's this guy facing right here. If you go down a row, there's another one where I guess he's facing left there. Here's him again, but he's facing the other way. And I do that so that you can move them around in the comic. So all you have to do is click on him, and he'll show up in the comic. Then you can pick him up and move him wherever you want. And then where's my little cannibal guy? Down here somewhere. Oh, here he is. I'll put him right here, and then you can arrange them. So then you need to make your guys talk, right? If you go down to the bottom, there are bubbles, speech bubbles. Again, they face different directions. So all you're going to do is click on the speech bubble. And then underneath the box, well, here's the speech bubble. It's right here. You can kind of move it where you want. But you do your typing down here in this box. It creates a box. So, I forget what I said. That was like, I want food. And then you hit Submit Word, and you can see it shows up here. And then you can move it around any way you want. Okay? Then we need to come down and get a speech bubble for our guy, and he's facing the other way. So I'm going to choose this one. And then again, a new box pops up here for what you're going to say. Hey man, I got some pizza. Want some? Okay, and then you hit the submit button, and then you can pull it right over here. Now, there's my first box, and you can give it a name. I was just giving them a number so we know what order to put them in later. I mean, it'll do it for you, but when I save it, I did it box by box, so you can do whatever there. So it's time for another box. And it puts it right there. So again, I have to put my scene in the background. Put my characters back in. My dude. Where is he? There he is. Just click on him once, and then you can move him around. And my other guy is down here somewhere, right? Where is he? Oh, there he is. And then we need our speech bubbles again. And I'll say, no pizza, I eat you. Okay, then I can move that there. And I need a speech bubble for our other guy. Help. And again, this isn't exactly like it is, but I'm trying to do a showrunner. Okay, so you're required to do 4 boxes, but I'm just going to do 2 today, just because you kind of get the general idea of how to do this. And then, excuse me, you're going to name that picture too. And let's say that this is finished. Okay, you can keep adding boxes. You can add as many boxes as you want. But when you are done, you're going to go ahead and hit finished. And that does a great thing. It actually creates a little link. So what you could do is just take this link, copy it, Control C, bring it over to your Create Your Own Comics down here. And down here where it says Put Your Comic Strip link, you put it right there and you're done. Okay? Now, another option that you have is go to the link. And then you guys have, there's a program, a really pretty amazing program that you should learn how to use called Snagit. You're going to go into the Start menu, and you're going to go to All Programs, and you're going to find a folder called Snagit. I think yours is also Snagit 11. Open it up, and you can open Snagit. Mine's going to open really fast because I've been using it. Yours is going to take a little bit of time. And what's going to happen is you hit a little red button. You want to make sure you're taking an image, because that's we're going to take basically take a picture of your comic strip. Hit the red button. Again, mine's really fast. Yours isn't going to go so fast because I've been using it today. So you're going to bring it to the upper corner of the comic strip, and you're going to hold the button down, and you're going to drag. Now, when you actually have 4 pictures, they're not all going to fit on the screen. Like, I could do this and be done. But when you have 4, you might want to do 2 and then come back and take a picture of the other 2. I'll show you what I mean. So you let that go. And then here I've got our first 2 pictures. Brings it into the editor. And you can do all sorts of fancy stuff in here. I'll teach you that another time. But for now, you're just taking the picture. Then you come up to File up here. And Save As. Give it a name. Comic strip. Comic. Whatever. Do make sure this is a JPEG. I think this comes in, the first time you use it, I think it comes in as something different. So please make sure it says JPEG. And you can change the file format down here. So choose JPEG, JPG. And then save it to your desktop, or you can save it to your folder here. Either way. And just hit save. And you can X out. If you needed to take a second picture, you go back in here. And let's say there were 4, so you might want to take another picture. You could take a picture of them individually. That's what I did. I took 4 separate pictures because then they come in nice and big. Okay, and again, File, Save As. Once you've told it to be a JPEG once, it is. And then I usually just start numbering them to name it Comic 2, Desktop, Save. Okay, so then the last step is to come back to your document here, and you have to put in a picture. And some of you have already learned how to put in a picture, but all you're going to do is come up to Insert, Image, and then you need to tell it where your image is. So you're going to choose this button, choose an image to upload. And our image is on our desktop, or it might be in your folder. So find it. And then I have a lot of things on my desktop right now. You guys won't have this many. And I just choose Comic. And if you did it in 4 different pictures, you'll have to do this 4 times to insert it in. And there's your comic strip right there. You can actually resize it if you want. Make it a little bit smaller. And to put it on the next page there for me. So you could do that. And then if you, like I said, if you had another one, you could bring it in. I can actually quickly show you. Insert image. When I did it the first time, I did it as 4 different pictures. So on my desktop, you can see a lot of them. I named one 4, I named one 5, and then I just have to bring each of them in separately and kind of arrange them. Okay? And there you go. Alright, and so that's how you make a comic strip and create a comic conflict. Again, you could just do the link if you wanted, but if you want to be a little more adventurous and actually put the comic strip into your document, that would be really great. It's a great skill to learn. Okay, good luck creating your comic. Bye-bye.